Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. Where's this new on? Okay, they didn't tell me it was on, but I was just watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It is 17:21 in the afternoon, which is basically 5:21, Friday the 8th of September 2017. And just to make sure, Siri, what's the date today?
It's Friday, the 8th of December 2017.
So, today's, as you know, you're watching the King of the WWE channel. I am the dark horse of YouTube. And I think that's it. I am the dark horse of YouTube. For those of you who don't know what dark horse is, you can either look it up online, or I'll put the meaning in 3, 2, 1. Ba-ba-boom. Why's my hand sticky? This video is gonna be about my life. So, story time. I was born in May 1999. I was born in Great Ormond Street Hospital. I had a very unique. Let me just see if unique is the right word. Meaning of unique.
As an adjective, it means being the only one of its kind, unlike anything else.
Bang.
Do you want to hear the next one?
Yes. Please.
As a noun, it means a unique person or thing. Would you like to hear the next one?
No, thank you. Okay. But always say thank you, even though it's a phone. No, well, yeah. So I was a very unique. I had a very unique blow up since day one. But I'll get more into that later. What else? I started watching WWE in, I believe, 2002, because the first thing I ever remember was John Cena coming out and basically, like, he caught, like, I think Kurt Angle asked someone to come out, and then Cena came out and then was like ruthless aggression and then hit him. But obviously I didn't say everything that happened because I skipped it. I know Cena's name before he was John Cena was the prototype. Cena's actual name is John Anthony Felix Cena. What is John Cena's real name?
John Felix Anthony Cena Jr. is John Cena's birth name.
Hey, I got it right. I think. I don't remember what I said. John, and yeah, I think I got it right, yeah. Except the second part. That's my bad. Oh yeah, because it was his dad, yeah, I forgot. So I started watching wrestling in 2002, but my first ever WrestleMania was, I think it was WrestleMania 21, no, 20. It was either 21 or 20, but either way the match was Brock Lesnar. Well, I say I'll talk to you after about it. So yes, that moment where Cena came out was my first ever time seeing Cena. Um, and Bio, throughout those times, he helped me with my life, hard and well, tough times and not so tough times. Um, Mostly never giving up on your dreams and stuff like that. As a kid, I was um, a little bit. Um, I wasn't like the other kids. I was uh, what's that word? Enigma. That's what people will call me. Well, nowadays, I'm not sure about then. Well, I was born as an enigma. Let's just put it at that. Um, as you can tell, I'm not really. I wasn't really. I didn't really know I was supposed to do this until like a couple of weeks ago. Um, what else is there? So my brought up was different than to everyone else's. Um, I had a lot of doctor's appointments. Um, I was I was born in London. Uh, what else? Um, um, I got two brothers and two sisters. One of which, the brother, my older brother, just got married a few weeks ago, I believe, which I attended. Um, so did his best friend that used to go to my school. Um, what else is there? Uh, I did karate. Yeah, I finished karate. Um, I well, I wrote a letter to the Prime Minister. At the time, I was in year six. Um, the Prime Minister was David Cameron. Surprisingly, him and the Queen replied to me, which they said they were going to end the war in Afghanistan a year after, a year before, a year before they sent it, but they didn't. Um, what else? I had two. I had. I mean, I still remember my primary school teachers. There was actually in year six. I had um, this woman called Miss Elliot. She was alright. She was a good teacher. Bit strict though, but nevertheless, she was good. Um, Miss Lynn, she's a teaching assistant. She was quite funny. And if you're watching this, Miss Lynn, I'm just gonna say this name and you'll probably laugh. Miss Bruce. Remember that woman that went like that to you? Yeah. Um, it's a bit random for those of you who don't know me, but I can assure you she will understand that. There was Miss Linda. She was, I think, my first ever teaching assistant in reception. Um, uh, yeah, she was. So, um, there was Miss Ulrika that was with me when I had Miss Elliot. She was again a good teacher. I got to know her family. I got to have dinner with their family. Um, I think that was like the first time I had spaghetti, like white spaghetti. Who's that? Oh, just sending me. that's basically telling me I can audition to Christmas Grotto casting alert. I'll probably see that later. So yeah, Miss Ulrika, there was Miss Lynn, there was Miss Linda, there was Miss Elliot, but Miss Elliot and Miss Ulrika was basically at the same time. Miss Lynn, she was with me up until year 5, I believe. Um, Actually, in year 5, I had Mr. Gerber, he was like the best. Miss Miss Lynn and Mr. Gerber were the best at the time, although Miss Ulrika was good. So was Miss Lynn. Um, because Mr. Gerber, he brought me my first ever wrestling bag, and funny enough, it had John Cena in the front cover. In the It's a bag, so yeah, the front of the bag. That was really cool. He got me my first ever wrestling stickers, which was in the bag. So that again, that was cool. He was from South Africa. He got it from there. Mr. Gerber also got me my first ever gel for my hair, which I still, funny enough, I still have it. I think it's been like 8 years. Um, so he got, yeah, he got me a lot of stuff, which I don't think I've ever thanked him for it. Actually, yeah, I did at the time, probably. I did. And there was Mr. McGibbon. He's He used to teach my brother and sister because they went to the same primary school as me, Richard Copton Primary School. Um, he yeah he got me my first ever wrestling toys. I remember they were like that small, so that was pretty cool. It was on my birthday. His mum gave me my first ever dinosaur stickers. They're like big dinosaur stickers. I used to just stick them in the book every time. Every time she came to the house, well, this house. Um, what else? So yeah, me and well, I like to think that me, Mr. Gerber, Miss Lynn, and Mr. McGibbon had a good relationship. We joked around with each other. We it was fun. It was like how you would joke around with your brothers and sisters, but we balanced it out. Plus, I was a good student. Everyone knew me. I was kind of, I don't want to say it, but I was popular, and I'm only saying that because a few months ago I met up with Maxine that used to bring me up in nursery. She she used to be my teaching assistant in nursery. Um, Basically, I saw that a few months ago. She was like, "You and this other girl was really popular." I was like, I said that baffled me kind of. I knew everyone knew who I was, and everyone was my friend, but I didn't know I was like proper popular. I mean, I remember having some like me and my friends used to like we have like this football pitch as a thing. There's like bare lines. There was a square, and we used to play Royal Rumble on the floor. Well, not on the floor, but whoever got out of that line got out. So it was like a proper Royal Rumble. We used to throw each other off and stuff like that. And there was one thing I tried to do the Matt Hardy thing where he is on his back and then he jumps back onto his feet. So kind of like his legs are here and then he goes like that. So kind of like that and then that. But obviously at the time I was quite heavy. So this girl that saw me do it, it was like my legs were like flapping. So I was like, so she came over, and then she called the teacher and was like, yeah, he's angry. And I was like, okay. um, so yeah, that was the last time I did it. I should probably learn that now, actually. Um, what else? I used to collect like football cards. I remember me and my friends used to collect them. Um, what else? I used to really be big on watching Raw and SmackDown. At the time when I was small, I didn't know I could watch Raw or SmackDown online. So what I used to do is go to YouTube and then, because I didn't know anything, so my brother used to put TLC. Now I knew what TLC was, but I didn't know I could do it without my brother's help. And what I used to watch is Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, and I think Team 3D and Edge and Christian and people like that. They used to like throw each other off chairs and stuff and tables. Um, so yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. So the only way I got to know like what's happening in WWE was because I knew there was a WWE network, well, website. At the time the network didn't even come up. Um, what else? I think that's it. So yeah, me and my friends were actually I had this best friend. His name is uh, Nadim. Me and him were inseparable. Me, wherever he went, I went. We used to talk every day. He even went to my birthday party before I left primary. So I think I was like 11. That was my last birthday before I went to secondary school. Um, he brought me this like big coin. It was like gold, but it had chocolate inside. So kind of like these, but bigger. Uh, I got a Jaffa cake. I should probably eat that. I'll eat that later. I got Pringles as well. Hey Pringles, if you want to sponsor your boy. No, I'm joking, Pringles, do whatever you want. I love your product no matter what. I mean, I still, again, if you want to promote, if you want me to be your if you want me to work as your advertisement, I'm doing it for free. No, I'm joking, please. Pay me, or like, I'm not gonna show you your products. No, I'm joking, I'm not that paid. Again, I'm not even, I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly, but nevertheless, I'm still going to use your products on this video, whether you're paying me or not. Although they did say they are getting paid for those products that I've released, that I did in the past. I'm not sure if that's in my wages. Should be.
I'm steady trying to find the motive. Why do what I do? And freedom ain't getting no closer. No matter how far I go, my car is stolen. Stolen registration. Cops patrolling. Now they done stop me and I get locked up.
I got chocolate fingers. What else? What else is there? I used to watch Arthur when I was small. I used to watch, what was it? Teletubbies. I used to watch, Fifi the Flower. Wait, I think it's Fifi. Yeah, Fifi Forget Me Not. or whatever her name was. But again, I'll go more into detail about that in the next half of this video. What else? I think that's it. I mean, I woke up at that fucking I woke up at that maybe 7 every morning. Went to school, came back. I cracked my head open in primary school, which is probably, well, it was around there or somewhere. I'm not sure if I can still see the scars, but I'll maybe later, if I make a part 2 of this, I will go into more details. So yeah, I cracked my head open. I was a buddy, which meant I had to look after the little kids because I was in year 6 and year 5, and I was like the nicest person in the school. So they trusted me more. I went to the library. I used to read Twilight. I should probably mention throughout primary I was struggling to learn how to read, which I just couldn't get the hang of it. And I knew that I didn't know how to read, but with it. But I knew I had to for the future. So what I did is I used to actually what my system made me do was write out my day every day. It was so long because she literally had me sitting on the she didn't have me, but she sat me on like a desk, and then she told me to write everything that I did on the day, which I thought was pointless. I mean, I still think that now. So yeah, I had that going on. My dad, he used to bring me chocolate after work. I mean, he still does. Like less because I'm 18. But nevertheless, he did. He worked for a chef for the police for a number of years. What else? So you could say he's a certified chef. What else? I watched the EastEnders since I was small. I used to watch Hollyoaks and Big Brother because my sister made me watch them. And then I got the hang of it, and then I started watching it by myself. And then all the good people got up. And then it started getting boring, which wasn't good. What else is there? The Simpsons, I remember, started at 4. No, they started at 6, but before 6, I watched this show called Neighbours. It was on Channel 4. It still goes on, I just don't watch it because I don't really care. But at the time, I only had like 4 channels. Well, I think I had 5, but the 5th channel didn't come until like later on when I grew up. But yeah. So I used to watch Neighbours before I watched Simpsons. Because Neighbours started at 5 and then ended at 6, which meant I could watch Simpsons afterwards. I used to watch what's that show? Um, what's that show? Um, what is that show? I forgot. Emmerdale? I used to watch that, but that's not the show I'm thinking of. But Coronation Street, I used to watch Coronation Street before I watched EastEnders because EastEnders didn't start until like I think 8 or 7:30. I know the times now. What it's either 7:30 or 8. I don't know back then, but either way, I had to watch Coronation Street with my family because they watched it too. And then afterwards, I could watch EastEnders. Um, my motive for learning how to read was that my sister said if I learned how to read, I could go to Disneyland. I didn't end up going to Disneyland. She didn't end up taking me. Um, but yeah, that's for another story. I'll see you in part 2.